C7 returning from the fire on channel 1.
C7, you're returning from the fire, 115.
I'm too sure what happened here, but look like he got two flats on the driver's side. I don't know if he hit something or something hit him, but this car's definitely flat on the driver's side for sure. Definitely gonna need a tow. A lot of stuff happens after 1 o'clock. Yeah, you'll be surprised.
Engine 7, enter known medical, 100 Warrington Street, Boston. Engine 7, enter known medical, 100 Warrington Street, Boston. Nearest box 1514 Charles Street, South End, Stewart Street, 116.
Ladder 26 responded. Oh,
Kilo 7, car 10, H1, a structure fire, 39 Charles Street, Hyde Park. Kilo 7, car 10, H1, a structure fire, 39 Charles Street, Hyde Park. Nearest box 383 Sunnyside Street at 75, 117. Ladder 7, a code A, 39 Charles Street, Hyde Park. Ladder 7, a code A, 39 Charles Street, Hyde Park. Nearest box 383 Sunnyside Street at 75, 117.
Somebody shut off the basement there.
Charles Street, Hyde Park. Ladder 7, a structure fire, 39 Charles Street, Hyde Park. Nearest box 383 Sunnyside Street at 75, 117.
Yeah, we just turned off the water in the whole building.
I think I can think if he hit something or something hit him, and that's what caused that to happen. He might have hit that medium that's you can't kind of see it, but it's in the middle of the. It's possible he could have hit that medium right there, and then made it this far and stopped. It's possible. These cars are flying. Like this truck is definitely flying. Not sure where they were flying to, but they're flying. And it's kind of dark in this area here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but when you get to this corner here, even though it has street lighting, it's fairly dark. Like even that intersection over there is fairly dark. Try to cross up to the other side as soon as it's safe to do so. Actually, we probably could do it now. While this car is waiting on both sides. He sure did do that. If you see the marks from the if you see the marks from where he driven from, you can see what he did. Hit the medium. You can't really see it, but right when you stand in the middle of the street, you see the marks coming all the way from that medium all the way down. So he hit the medium and he ended up over here. That's what happened. Look at the tire. He has to be drunk. That's a drunk driver right there, guys. You might have to go to jail for that one. I mean, I don't think you should do that under normal conditions. Look at the tire. Like, the tire speaks for itself. The rim is pretty much gone. Now, you tell me what you think. Look at the, I have to walk back where that fire truck was in a second. Let the ambulance go by first. Once the ambulance pass by, I'll see if I can show you guys the tire treads. That person needs to be evaluated. I don't care what they say. If they refuse medical attention, they gotta go to jail. That's on the bottom line. You can't let someone drive and do that and keep going. At least give them a sobriety test to make sure they're in the right state of mind. Let me show you these marks right here. If you see these gouges on the ground. So if you're looking down here, all the way, if you look at the medium, it goes all the way to the medium. It sways. The cameras might not be picking it up, but it sways in, sways out, and it goes all the way to that medium. That's where all the marks go all the way down to there. See the drag mark? That's the drag mark right there. If I follow it, it's gonna go all the way down to that medium. See it? The white mark in your screen? That's the mark. It goes all the way down. Touches the orange line a little bit and it swings back. Matter of fact, I'll walk a little bit further so you can see exactly what happened. So she hit the medium, and after hitting the medium, she just kept dragging the car all the way across, and then till she got over here, which is kind of, yeah. There's no other way to explain it, but you wasn't paying attention and you wasn't able to control your vehicle. You kept driving till you stopped on your own. If that didn't stop her, she would have kept going. That's why it's important, very, very important. Do not consume alcohol behind the wheel, or if it's not alcohol, do not consume anything else that's gonna impede your driving. He said with the tire hit. He's looking up there. I'm not too sure what he's looking up there for, but looking up there for something. Wow. How do you explain? I know a lot of people leave some comments in there. We got two flats. One rim is completely obliterated. They're checking for something. That's not her tire, though. They think that's her tire. That's not her tire. Oh, is that her tire? Maybe that is her tire. Oh, wow. Maybe that is her tire way up there. So she broke this freaking tire completely off. So her tire rolled all the way up there. That could have killed somebody. That's unbelievable. That's actually her tire that made it all the way up there. Definitely is the tire. That's a good find right there. They got to give you a raise for that one. Yeah, tell the mayor you got to get a raise for that one. Yeah, got to put a good word for the mayor, man. He found the missing tire. The tire made it over there. I mean, I wouldn't even think about looking up there for the tire. I knew the tire went somewhere. I didn't know where it went, but he found it. So allegedly, somehow, she struck that medium up there. You can't see it, but a lot of cars run into this medium. And I don't know why they do it or how they do it, because there is signs up there. There is, but also it's not poorly lit too. So, but I mean, you can see it, but you got to know that it's there too. You know what I mean? So it should be it shouldn't be so poorly lit. It should be more well lit. I think the city of Boston is improving their street lighting for sure. The lanes are marked, but if you don't, because that wasn't always there either. Keep in mind that divider wasn't always there. There was a time and place when that thing did not exist there. It's like the one on Washington Street, right by the Shelbourne. That one wasn't always there. So at some point they added them in there, but people don't know the area, think it's been there all the time. But even though they added it in, it's still should see it, hopefully. She's definitely gonna need a tow. There's no way that car's driving on its own. Unless she's got a spare tire. It got 2 spare tires to put on there.
Attention engine 16, cover station 16, 126.
A lot of stuff happens on the overnight shift, guys. It's just unbelievable. You see so much stuff on the overnight shift. It's unbelievable. We hang around and for the tow. Unless something else serious comes up, we'll hang around for the exciting tow scene. Definitely gonna need a flatbed or dolly wheels, whichever they choose. But I think all Boston police tows should be on flatbeds. That's just my opinion. But I don't make the decision. I think if you're gonna have a contract with the city of Boston, every tow should be done on a flatbed, just to make it more easier, it's not so much easier, it just makes it more convenient and safer. You can't go wrong by getting on the flatbed, strapping down the right way. I think all Massachusetts state police tows are mandatory by flatbed. They don't use wreckers at all for Massachusetts state police. I could be wrong on that, but I think their contract is written where you got to use a flatbed or no tow at all. Same as like most AAA tows are done on flatbeds. A few are done on wreckers, but you know, a lot of AAA tows are done on flatbeds. AAA does either or because they're not doing hard tows for the most part. But when you're doing city and state tows, a lot of your tows are hard tows, if you know what I mean. Hard tows mean you got more than one flat tire, rolled over, or something like that. Hoping she's okay. That's the most important thing.
Yes, sir, command. Full north down, Western Inspector.
They had a not too sure how big the fire was on Charles Street in Hyde Park. I didn't go to that one, but they had something going on up there earlier. It wasn't too big.
Attention ladder 29, cover station 52. Attention ladder 29, cover station 52, 129. Engine 14, a seizure, 1 Center Place, Roxbury. Engine 14, a seizure, 1 Center Place, Roxbury. Nearest box 2245 Roxbury and Elmwood Street, 129.
The good thing is she doesn't have as much damage to the vehicle. You might get some, definitely have a, the rim is definitely gone for sure. The rim is probably the most she's got to worry about. She might have some minor trim work that needs to be replaced. Hopefully she didn't damage the rotor that she scraped on. Maybe not too bad, but it's definitely repairable for sure. They be turning from the fire on Hyde Park.
Attention engine 18. Cover station 18. 131.
Silence going into 14.
14, answer.
Engine 14, you can return 621.
We have it.
132.
Plaza, Boston. Nearest box 1262 Court Street, NR Tremont Street, 132.
That's another thing. We always wonder, why do Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan have the cheapest quality of street lighting? But if you go in the South End and like the Back Bay area, and some parts of West Roxbury, you see they got different light heads that brighten the street a lot brighter. So we always wonder if that was by design or accident.
Car 12's clear.
And you have to, the state police is pulling around the corner right there.
Car 12, you clear 133.
It's probably going somewhere. See, Boston doesn't do the field sobriety test. And the only way they actually do try to do it is if you're involved in somebody's bodily injury, or if you do so much property damage. You have to either nearly kill somebody or kill them, or do so much property damage for them to even think about doing sobriety tests on you. And I think that's because the mayor, it's not, I don't think it's because the police department in general. I think it's something to do with how the system is structured, how the mayor structures it or the DA structures it. I don't think the police choose to do that on their own. Somebody has to ask our lawmakers why they do that. Here comes that's Stanley towing. She must have called her own tow. Because Stanley towing, as far as I know, don't do towing for the city. At least not on this side anyway. She might have called for her own private tow. Yeah, I think she must have called for her own tow. Because Stanley Towing, they don't have a contract with the police on this side. They do have a contract with the BTD for street cleaning. And I think they have a contract on E13, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have a contract with E13 or E18, but not B2.
Silent, LR 10, clear the fire.
Tower 10, clear the fire. 140.
Looks like the tight rod is broken too.
Attention ladder 11, cover station 29. Attention ladder 11, cover station 29, 140. Attention ladder 6, cover station 18. Attention ladder 6, cover station 18, 141. Attention ladder 4, cover station 14. Attention ladder 4, cover station 14, 141. Attention engine 20, cover station 20. Attention engine 20, cover station 20, 141. Attention ladder 23, cover station 24. Attention ladder 23, cover station 24, 141.
She's gonna take her car to maybe her mechanic or wherever she wants to take it to. The good thing is she's safe.
Engine 30.
Guess you gotta be careful out there, guys.
Clear the block.
Cars can be replaced, but human beings cannot.
Clear the box. 140.
Chesterton Street, and Allerton Street, Roxbury, nearest spot 7.
Alright guys, I'm headed up out of here, but guess we'll catch you guys on the next one.
fire alarm, ladder 25, we're clear on the box.
Ladder 25, clear of the box. 142.